Hey friends, today is Wednesday, March 18th. This is your daily briefing. Hey, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day and I forgot to wear green. So I'm remedying that today in honor of St. Patrick. As I did yesterday, I want to talk to you about current reality, a little bit of perspective on current reality, and then talk a little bit about ministry in the current reality. Current reality today, there are 24 cases of confirmed coronavirus in the state of Nebraska. Again, that's pretty decent. The virus does not seem to be growing significantly around here, and we're thankful for that. The hot spots in America right now are New York, California, and Washington. New York yesterday reported a pretty dramatic increase in confirmed cases, and so that's concerning, and we want to continue to pray for and care about our friends in those localities. But the news here for us seems to be trending in a positive direction. In spite of that, the biggest reality we're facing today, as of about an hour ago, the Douglas County Health Department mandated no gatherings of more than 10 people until April 30th. Now, I'm a little perplexed by that guidance, mainly because they did not say that they will revisit that on a weekly basis. I think that guidance is probably necessary right now medically, but I also think we need to press them to revisit that, because if 3 weeks from now we're seeing a really healthy decline in virus cases, I think we want the freedom to sort of step back toward normal life as quickly as possible. And so I've reached out to the mayor already. I'd like to encourage you to reach out to the mayor or to your city council member and just ask that they ask the county health department to revisit that guidance weekly. I think that's the best thing for our city in this moment, is to give some guidance, but then to say, hey, we want to rethink about this every week. And if we do see a reduction in cases, and if it seems like the virus is contained, let's sort of change our guidance. We want to go back to normal life as soon as possible. Not just because that's nice for us, but because it's the best thing for our city. Realize that right now, a lot of businesses are shutting down. A lot of restaurant workers are out of work. There's a lot of vulnerabilities. And so the current reality, I got a text message last night from a member of our church who was facing leading a business through filing for bankruptcy, because the business just doesn't have liquid capital for a moment like this to sustain them for 8 weeks as they have to shut down operations. And so those are the kinds of decisions real people are having to make, and this is going to have a real economic effect. And so as concerned as we need to be about the medical realities, we also need to realize as Christians, we also need to have a concern for our neighbors economically and socially and relationally. And every day that we have to go sort of in a quarantine situation creates ripple effects economically, and that hurts people. So we want to be wise medically, but we also want to honor our responsibility to not overreact to this disease in ways that hinder the public good in the long run. So that's always the balancing act, and I realize all of our public officials are trying to figure that out right now. I think this is a place where we can take some initiative as Christians in our city and try to urge for some movement there. So that's what I'd encourage you to do. Now, as we think about specifically the economic effect of this, I want to mention two things, okay, as we talk about ministry in the current reality. Number one, Coram Church has no revenue stream other than the tithes and offerings of our faithful people. And so obviously, since we're not gathering on Sundays and we're not collecting tithes and offerings on Sundays, I need to urge you, hey, please keep giving. You can do that online. You can do that through your bank's bill pay system, whatever is easiest for you. Go to cdomaha.com. But since we're not gathering on Sundays, you're going to have to take the initiative to continue giving. For all of you that are able to keep doing that, that's something we need to ask in this moment. I also need to mention to you that we do have benevolence funds available for times like this. Those are intended for people within our church who have significant vulnerabilities in this moment. So if you find yourself out of work, if you find yourself unable to pay the bills, if you find yourself in a financially vulnerable situation, know that you can reach out to us, and we have funds set aside to help, and they're for a moment like this. So take advantage of those if that would serve you well in this moment. Again, that's primarily for our church family, okay? So that's how we try to care for the people who call Coram Deo Church home. Let me also mention this. I got an email this morning from my friend Josh Dotzler at Abide, one of our ministry partners in the city. He serves a lot of people that in this moment are going to feel the economic vulnerabilities. And so he said, hey, a great way to serve in this moment is that people all over the city can donate things to Abide. There's a specific list, which I will link in this video, a specific list of household items, food items, and even like $25 gift cards to Hy-Vee. And what Abide has is they have a whole part of our city broken up into neighborhood lighthouses, and they will distribute those things to households that need them through their lighthouses. And so it's a real simple way that we can take responsibility for some of the people in our city who will feel financial vulnerabilities in this moment. So I will link that in this video, and you feel free, please, to serve through Abide. It's a simple way we can love our city in this season of time. All right, so you keep giving, we'll give money away through benevolence, and we'll invite you to give through Abide, and in that way, hopefully we can continue to make ministry available to our city in all the ways that they need it at this moment in time. That's all I have to say to you for today's briefing, and I'll see you tomorrow for another round. Thanks.